Hi YouTube family. Today I want to talk about why narcissists will say things like, "You're my soulmate, we're going to be together forever," and they use words to make you feel that like this is something so incredibly special and you're so special, and they will use words to manipulate you and make you feel like there's never been anybody like you in their life. Why do they use words like this when all they're trying to get is temporary supply? All they want is maybe a physical relationship for a while until they get tired of it and move on to another one. Maybe all they want is a little bit of admiration for a while until they move on and find other admiration somewhere else. Or maybe they are trying to manipulate you because you bring them clients for their business or something like that, maybe. I don't know. Or they are using your money, I guess. So why, in this world, in this day and age, do narcissists use words like soulmate and forever and that they would die for you when all they want in a romantic relationship, all they want is something temporary? Because in this day and age, people understand that. People usually understand, like, hey, let's see where this goes. Let's see if, our relationship builds up to something that will be long lasting. And in fact, normal relationships do develop like that. You don't jump in right away within a week or two and decide, this is the person I'm going to marry. You may think that. You may think this person is amazing or incredible, but you don't act on it as if we're now already married and start moving in together and living as if you're married. Narcissists tend to do that. I understand there are exceptions to the rule, and every now and again a relationship might last that starts that way, but it is extremely rare. I want you to know that. It's only for those who are solid in their foundation. They're mature emotionally, financially, physically, mentally. They're just more mature and they know where they are, they know what they want. Okay, that's one thing. But for a narcissist who's unbalanced, who's insecure, who's extremely needy, they really don't even need to go there. They don't need to say that you're their soulmate in order to capture you. But why do they? So my answer to that, I think the reason is because words don't mean anything to them. Words are only used to get what they want. And so they will use extreme words to get extreme action, to get immediate results. And that's what words are for them. Words are a tool for them to get what they want. And those who are affected by it, the targets, the supply, the victims, we're left believing the words and thinking and falling for them, thinking these words mean something, that these words actually have some value. But to a narcissist, the only value the words have is if it gets them results. It's not that they truly love you. It's not that they truly think you're their soulmate. It's not that they think that you'll be together forever. And in fact, maybe in their limited mind, they believe for that moment that you're their soulmate. But they've said this to multiple people. They don't limit it to one person. They've also said to multiple people that they'll be together forever. Now, how are you going to be together forever with somebody when you've said this 5 times to 5 other people? Really, the narcissist lives in the moment and for the moment, and that is it. They really do not plan ahead. They don't think about the future in the sense that you will be there in their future with them. They may think of their future as where they will be financially or what they're going to have, materialistically. But as far as romance or as far as a partner goes, they're not thinking that, this person, I'm really committed to this person. I'm committed to them right now, but it doesn't mean that it might change or it won't change. So, to them, words are just a tool to get what they want. And for us, words have meaning. And we have to be so careful of that, what kind of meaning we give to someone who has shown us over and over again that words don't really mean to them what they mean to us. When they lie to you repeatedly, or when they make excuses for themselves repeatedly, when they let you down repeatedly, when they cheat on you, when they steal from you, and they say they're sorry, but then they do it again. Words do not mean the same thing to them as they mean to us. And when we recognize that, when we realize that, and we apply that in our relationship with the narcissist, we will have more power in the relationship. We will have more control over the relationship. That's the point where you start to pull back. That's the point where you should start to pull back. When you can realize that the narcissist, what they're saying, does not necessarily match what they're doing. So instead of giving meaning to what they're saying, you should give meaning to what they're doing. So, you're not going to drive yourself crazy if you apply that. You watch their actions instead of listening to their words. Now, being with a narcissist is not an easy thing, and it's not going to give you any kind of comfort or rest, because you're with a liar. You're with someone who lives for the moment and changes meanings for his words or her words every other week, month, day, year. It just changes for them. And you don't know what these words really mean to them. When we look at words such as, I'm going to do this, or I do love you, I'm committed to you, let's have children together and raise them and make a commitment to one another, or let's, grow old together, let's buy a home together, let's build a home together. Words like that have value. They have value to people who have a conscience, morals, and have honor. Now, these words, they don't have any value to narcissists, though. And the obvious reason is because the narcissist doesn't have a conscience and doesn't have morals. And they definitely are not honorable. So that's why for a narcissist, words like that, they can just speak those kinds of words and they mean almost nothing to the narcissist. They simply mean it's going to get the narcissist on your good side, or it's going to get you to do something that the narcissist wants you to do. It's going to get them, give them an effect that they want. It's going to give them a reaction that they want. So we have to be very careful when we listen to the words from a narcissist. The hard part is, of course, identifying a narcissist. But that part comes in when you notice that their actions don't match their words. That's a huge red flag for a narcissist. And instead of letting that go, oh, that's just a mistake, or and they'll make excuses for why their actions didn't match their words. If it continues to happen, and there seems to be a trend of this happening, you have to take stock again. So, YouTube family, I hope that this makes some sense to you. I hope that you're able to recognize that when a person's words do not match their actions, you have to beware. You have to back out. You have to start slowing things down, and you have to reanalyze, reevaluate your relationship. Also, I was watching, I wanted to bring this up a little earlier too. I was watching a 48 Hours show where this guy had met this other girl. They're both in the Air Force. He gets discharged dishonorably, and she remains in it. But the two of them carry on an affair, but he is married. Turns out that he told the girlfriend, that the marriage was only a marriage in words and not a real marriage. So he convinced her to continue to have an affair with him. Well, obviously, at some point he showed himself to be quite controlling, and she tries to break away from him. So unfortunately, she continues to allow him to be a part of her life. That's another thing you have to understand with a narcissist. Once you start to break up with them, or once you have broken up with them, do not allow them back into your life. Don't string them along. Don't invite them along to other activities that you're doing with other people. This is what she did. And after one of those activities, he beat her to death in the car while they were driving on a highway. I'll go ahead and include a link to that clip for you, so you can, or it's not a clip, it's a the whole show on 48 hours. So you can see for yourself this guy's behavior, just the way he talks to the reporter. You will see how he tries to be charming, how elusive he is with his answers. He answers one of her questions with a question, and he also makes it seem like he was the victim, and he puts all this incredible blame on the victims themselves. So I wanted you to see what that looks like, and he's completely disconnected from reality. But to watch him, I can see, unfortunately, how some women might fall for this act of his and think that he's charming. It's very quite disgusting and disturbing. I wanted you to see what it looks like when a narcissist can look into a camera or into another person's face and act as if they're the victim, and those who they victimized are the evil ones. And that's what he said. He kept saying how she, the one that he killed, the girlfriend, the ex-girlfriend, was evil for having turned him in after he beat her up one of the other times. She turned him in, and he ended up going to jail. So he told the interviewer that the girlfriend or ex-girlfriend was evil, and that she betrayed him, and that he was so upset with her for being two-faced or something like that. It's when he's the one who's evil, who's controlling, who's violent, and he beat her up. Anyway, then he also said that his current wife, at the time she stayed with him, which again, you don't want to do that. She did eventually leave him and changed her name and all that, because while he was being investigated and actually had been arrested for the murder of the girlfriend, he was in jail, and he tried to get an inmate to set up with an inmate on the with their connections on the outside to kill his wife. So he was trying to hire someone to murder his wife. Of course, that person came to the police and told on him, and then it got to the wife, and the detectives were able to tell the wife that, look, your husband is trying to set up a hit on you so that you can't testify at the trial for his girlfriend's murder. Anyway, he gets on the phone with the wife, and on the phone he tells her, I hope you don't believe the lies that the police are telling you about me wanting to kill you. And at this point, finally, the wife understood, and she said to him, no, you're the one that I don't believe. So thank goodness for that. She got away. She did testify. He's in jail. But here's this narcissist. To him, words mean nothing. He will lie bold-faced to his wife that he just tried to set up to kill. He told detectives and reporters that the victims of his violence are the ones that are evil when he is evil. This is insanity in their minds. Words do not mean what they really mean to the rest of us. So YouTube family, I hope that you understand that, when words and actions are not matching up, you have to beware. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please subscribe or like it and comment below. I love hearing from you. I wish you lots of love, joy, peace, and wholeness.